Wake up, Kenobi trailer just dropped. So I've never done anything like this before, but I kind of wanted to do a quick breakdown and analysis of the Kenobi trailer. Obviously super hyped. I love Star Wars more than I love most of my surviving family members, and I've been looking forward to the Kenobi trailer since before the show was announced, to be honest with you. I mean, it's been what, like 17 years since episode 3 came out, which means that yeah, Ewan McGregor looks like he's about halfway to being Alec Guinness's age at this point, right? Maybe 5 years later, you know? God, what an age gap. Anyway, the trailer is super good. I have a few observations. I'm sure it's nothing you haven't seen on the internet before, but I think we could just, like, enjoy it together. So the trailer opens up on this sort of transitional Dune Sea, Junlin Wastes area with a lone figure, presumably Obi-Wan, just sort of living his new best life in the Tatooinean desert. You know, he's got his space camel. I believe that's a Yopi, although it might be one of those weird blue things from the comics and stuff. What were they? Lamels? Flammels? Hold on, let me look it up. Spammels! Spammels from Jeddah. You thought I made that up. Go look it up. Check Wikipedia. Anyway, he's going through his day-to-day life. He's wandering through Tatooine. It looks like he's got some kind of job as a salvager or a junk trader of some sort. Real basic blue-collar stuff. He's probably trying to make a living and keep a low profile, even as he keeps an eye on a young Luke Skywalker from the distance. And this may be my favorite shot in the whole trailer, because Obi-Wan zooms in on this, what's clearly meant to be a young Luke, and he's doing, do you see it? Do you see that? Do you see that right there?
Right there!
That's pod racing. I don't know. I think it's a neat little detail that a young Luke is mirroring the actions that first got his dad off of Tatooine. The trailer continues to this execution scene where we get a good look at a new Inquisitorius that I don't recognize, and a shot of Joel Edgerton as a slightly older Uncle Owen, looking very stern and concerned. I feel confident in suggesting that this series is going to give us some background on why he's so uncomfortable with Obi-Wan and the threat that comes from Luke interacting with him and learning more about his, Jedi heritage. I do not recognize this Inquisitor here. If you do, leave a comment. Please let me know who she's supposed to be. She may be new to this show. We see her again in this scene that seems to be the Coruscant underworld, maybe level 1313, I'm not sure. Throughout the trailer, the Inquisitorius uses this really interesting shuttle. It's very reminiscent of Krennic's shuttle from Rogue One. Very interested to see if there's anything to that. We get some more underworld shots, a wandering Obi-Wan through this sort of Coruscanti market. Clearly he's going to go off-world at some point in this show. Interactions with stormtroopers, a droid, and then... Okay, we got to talk about the one thing I don't like about this trailer. Look, the Grand Inquisitor was one of the few genuinely good things about the first couple of seasons of Rebels. Well, the first season of Rebels. He was so cool, but he's meant to be a Powan, former Jedi Temple Guard, turned Grand Inquisitor for the Galactic Empire. Powans are these guys.
We are being held hostage.
He's supposed to look like this. I don't know what the deal with Big Chungus here is, but I just can't take him serious. It looks like a cosplay. It's the one thing that I'm questioning about this trailer. Honestly, all the Inquisitors look a little weird, and I'm willing to be convinced. I want to be sold on the Inquisitors, but I have my doubts right now. We get these sort of rapid-fire scenes of what looks like that same Inquisitor investigating some carvings or markings on the wall that I can't place right now. Obi-Wan squaring off against her down this dark alleyway with a blaster, which is super uncivilized of him, if I do say so myself. But no, obviously we don't see any lightsabers beyond the Inquisitors in this trailer, and I think that's totally appropriate. He's in hiding. Why would he sell himself out that way, even as the narration of the trailer is indicating to us that a Jedi can't hide forever. Their code compels them. And Obi-Wan is one of the only remaining Jedi Masters in the galaxy at this point. And he's charged with guarding this precious baby pod race miming Luke. Which brings me to this really interesting idea. The thing about prequels and interquels is that it's very hard to set up adequate stakes. This is one of the things that I think people deep down are bothered by when they say they don't like the prequels. We know where it's going. We know Padme's not going to make it out alive. We know that she's going to give birth to twins. We know Obi-Wan's going to end up on Tatooine. Yoda's going to end up on Dagobah. Luke is going to be fine. Anakin's going to be Darth Vader. It's all predetermined. So when you come to a concept like this, where you're wanting to make an Obi-Wan Kenobi limited series, it's challenging, I would imagine it's challenging, to come up with an adequate conflict to sort of fuel this new story that you're wanting to tell. And I think the idea that Obi-Wan, who we know will succeed in some fashion at the end of this series, is trying to keep Luke a secret from the Inquisitorius is a very natural place for this story to go. It leaves a lot of room for us to get attached to and concerned about the characters, because even though we know they're going to survive, we don't know how they're going to get out of this. And I think it's interesting. I think it's a compelling story idea. I'm honestly, genuinely looking forward to it. So yes, if I had to sum up my very short thoughts on this trailer, I think it's very well put together. It makes me intrigued and excited for the direction this story could be possibly going. It sets up some smaller scale stakes very well. Masterfully incorporates Star Wars music from the prequel era. I saw a commenter on the Star Wars YouTube post almost immediately recognize, hey, that's Duel of the Fates, Battle of Heroes, Anakin's Dark Deeds incorporated throughout the trailer. They are absolutely correct. All of these wonderful cues setting up this sort of Anakin-centric conflict in the life of an older Obi-Wan who's just trying to keep his head down. And I absolutely cannot wait. So this was just a spur-of-the-moment decision. I've never done a trailer breakdown before. I've wanted to get into video essays forever. I actually have a script for my thoughts on the Book of Boba Fett sitting just in a draft on my iPad waiting for me to get up the courage. If you'd be at all interested in that, please let me know. This is my first attempt at this kind of YouTube video. Obviously, I'm open to criticism. I know I'm just one more Star Wars voice shouting into the void, but I'm really excited about this, and I just wanted to share those thoughts. So if you made it to the end, thank you so, so much. My name is Taboonal, and I do art and apparently analysis on the internet. Thank you.